a decade long, a decade strong, a decade old. That's how old my daughter is today. She's a decade, 10 years old. I just wrote a book that I've sold called My First Decade Gas Free. A decade is a little bit of time, you see. In fact, I'm only 4 decades old, but it seems like a long time, like I've lived a long life that I've foretold. So a decade, what is a decade, yo? A decade is 10 years. It's quite a bit of time, I guess, though. So my daughter is exactly 10, a decade old, a decade then. It's all based on your perspective, though, friend. So your perspective is based upon this place, upon this decade. Your perspective is what is made. Perspective over a period of time. Perspective fostering your rhyme over 10 years. Can you imagine that? Something like that in your life, in fact, fostering and manifesting a decade long. It's your perspective, though, and you must stay strong. Perspective based life is. Life is all about your perspective. So stay in something that's blessed. Stay in something that is not stressed. Have a good perspective, I guess. What's your perspective? What's your profession? What's your state of addressing? What's your blessing? What do you bring to life? What do you shine? What can you do right? Do that, do this, do what you right and what you want to. Stay true, kids. That's what you gotta do. That's why I do vids. Because I'm staying true to who I be. I'm cool style, that's me. COOLSTYLE. That is who I be. That is my little daily free for today. That's what I say. Talking about a decade be quite a bit of time. A decade is a long time for me to rhyme. A decade has been more than that. It's been 2 since I've been into hip-hop, junglist, breakbeat, and staying true to what I do. But my daughter's now a decade old. And like I say, I exactly been that long since I ditched on the gasoline. So I made a book about that and wrote a song. A decade long, yeah. So a decade's a great thing. Decade of time. A decade, that is what I've decided to rhyme about today on my Daily Free. Thanks for listening to me. See you next time up on here, in peace and blessings be. Go online and always check out the Jungle Jeans.